Let's now have a conversation on rice because the Indian High Commissioner to Ghana, Sugandh Rajaram, has argued that even though the government's quest to end importation of rice is highly commended, some variant of the commodity would still be imported to meet commercial demands. The Ministry of Agriculture, the minister actually, Dr. Akoto, has revealed that rice imports will be banned by 2025. But speaking to me in an interview, Sugandh Rajaram makes the point that until Ghana can produce all variants of rice to meet domestic and commercial demands locally, an outright ban could be impossible.
See that the rice production in the country should be increased at least to the level of the needs, and not just the rice, because there are so many other things which Ghana can produce, but still it is being imported. So this could be a starting commodity in order to work in that direction. But yes, I think there will be a need for import of rice for certain qualities, certain types, certain kind of mixtures, because these days rice is not eaten in the the similar kind of varieties of rice is not eaten everywhere. Yes, I think maybe for the daily needs of the general population, you will need the rice which can be produced or grown locally.
But the minister says there's going to be an outright ban of the importation of rice from 2025.
So maybe the vision could be that by that time, all qualities, all varieties of rice which is needed here could be produced locally. There are a lot of rice which comes from other countries, Vietnam and so many other countries here. Many of the Indian companies, trading companies, are involved, but they get the volume from India less, but from other countries more. But yes, I think India is one of the largest producers of rice, also the largest exporters of rice. But there are various varieties of rice which is exported from India. But I fully agree with the Agri Minister and the government of Ghana when they say, substituting the import with the local production. I think this is priority for any national government, be it India, be it Ghana, for any other country, because you have perfect agroclimatic conditions for diversified crop cultivation. In India, in Ghana, we have a similar situation. In India, we produce everything what can be produced in any tropical country. Ghana can also do that, and a lot of efforts are on here. And yes, I think Ghana wants to.
Well, let's bring in the Chief Executive Officer of the Agribusiness Chamber of Ghana, Anthony Morrison, on this session by the Indian High Commissioner to Ghana. Anthony, we're so grateful that you joined us. Well, you did hear the High Commissioner to Ghana from India. He is commending the entire move by government to ban the importation of rice, but he's not so sure about how we could meet demand when it comes to all the variants of rice and the respective appetites, commercial, domestic, of it. How do you respond to his assertion?
Thank you very much, and very good afternoon to your viewers. I couldn't listen to him properly, but I think the summary is enough for me to comment on this. Let me say that, first of all, I want to caution the Ministry of Food and Agriculture on coming out to make such statements of this nature, because we live in a global community. We work and deal with intelligence. Data is critical. We have superpowers that we import rice from, and we should be very careful how we come out with some of these things and how its likely would impact negatively on our economy to be. Some of these things we need to be doing is quite undertone. We don't need to come out to talk about it. By the time the world wakes up, we are food sufficient in rice. Now, let me move on to the substantive issue. Ghana is capable of producing more than enough to feed itself. And I say that with a lot of facts to prove. If you look at the mid-water belt alone, can produce enough rice to feed the whole of the country. In fact, the Volta region is the biggest rice producing region. Data keeps increasing, even though we have spent well of $1.2 $3 billion in the importation of rice. Our rice consumption has increased almost 600,000 metric tons, and our production capacity is about 750,000 metric tons. But that doesn't mean that we do not have the capacity. We need to invest into research. We need to invest into mechanization and irrigation. We also need to invest into some externalities like agricultural land bank and many others.
Great, but I get your submission, but the question of doubt is really if we could, as a country, manage the demand for all the varieties of rice. You hear the Indian High Commissioner speak about that, to meet commercial and domestic need. Are we there yet?
Yes, we are there. To tell you the fact, the standard of rice processing in Ghana is so high. Do you know that we export rice to U.S. and South Korea?
That's a fact. We do export rice.
Our standard of rice currently, as we have it, is so high. And we do not need more variants or varieties of rice to be produced in Ghana for our hotels and other tourist destinations to begin to produce or cook and serve their distinguished guests with local rice. In fact, let's take the situation of Nigeria. Nigeria has the biggest population, yet still they consume 90% of local rice. Think about it. How many foreigners are in Nigeria and how many local rice they keep consuming annually? So we need to start from a point. And we're talking about a 5-year strategy. A 5-year strategy that will go into research, will go into intake and adaptation of technology, irrigation and high-skill mechanization systems, and also to give our farmers the needed skills to be able to turn around the current metric tons of 2.8 to about 4 metric tons.
But even as we embark on this 5-year strategy, Anthony, there are also concerns about, issues, as you can see on the screens there. The production is there, paddy rice available in large quantities, but the value chain of, submission to get it to the market gates, from the farmlands to the market gate, is much of a concern. Experiencing rice gluts each and every year, most of these produce waste away. So how do we deal with the shortfalls, even as we get up for this 5-year plan?
Yes, all these are part of the implementation strategy or the action plan. Now, there are data that shows that about 18% of rice are lost on the field. It is the post-harvest losses. We need to do better with that. We need to increase a better storage facility for some of these things and work around the climate change. With data available to me, I can tell you for a fact that even though we import about 120 metric tons from US, Thailand, Vietnam, and India, we can do better. And we have what it takes as a country, both the competitive and the environmental ecosystem and the comparative advantage to be able to produce enough rice. Currently, we have a number of varieties of rice that are under production in Ghana. We have the Agra, we have the Jasmine, we have the Estella. We have quite a number of them. These are very, very quality after processing. We have one of the best processing machines. You can talk about the AGL in Adapu. Okay.
So we have the wherewithal and the technical capacity to meet demand, both domestic and commercial. Anthony, we're so grateful that you joined us. He's the CEO of the Agribusiness Chamber in Ghana.